Okay, so to give you, I guess, a very quick overview of what I use, so we're ready for Thursday. So with Madden, so this is the game right here. Um, they've got various different uh, cleats, boots, shoes, whatever you want to call them. Um, in order to access these files, we have to use a program called Frosty Editor, and and here it is. Okay, so in the Frosty editor, it pretty much has every file in game, and you find the particular um, shoes that you're after um, by sort of navigating through all the files in order to find the one that you're after. So one that I edited myself um, is this one, and if I go into the modified, I can find it here. The meshes, let's look at the meshes first. So the mesh itself will look like this, which is great because you can export and import in. The way that Frosty Editor works is that, to my understanding, certain colors don't necessarily reflect what you're actually going to see in game. So for this, for example, the white is actually represented by pink. Uh, red is the first team color, so it should be blue. Green is the team secondary color, which would be red in this instance. And then the blue color, which you can see here, is black. Each of these textures have presets. So if I unclick modified for a second there, yeah, so you have like a white on white preset, you have white and black color preset, and then you can have all sorts of mixtures of colors. The only difference is you can also go into these presets and change what's called the bool parameters. And so you can override team colors or disable all palletization, so you can make them whatever color you want. But that's maybe getting a little bit too much into the reads. So typically what I am able to do is export from Frosty Editor, and then typically I'll pick it up in Blender, and you get the left and the right boot will always be split, but they'll be connected to or rigged, I guess I should say, to the mesh here. So just hiding the mesh itself, it's also incredibly small as an object file. So you normally get three different types of boots. So you will get let me open these up. So that would be the highest resolution model, and then you also get like a medium and then a very basic. So I'm quite comfortable importing those in, and then between the UV editor, I'm getting better at understanding UVs, and in terms of texture paint, I'm okay at applying stencils in order to get like lettering and that kind of thing on there, or logos. And then, oh, did this all just crash on me? It did. Oh, that's so embarrassing. Oh man. Ah, I can just open 3.6. Okay, that might be why it's going crazy. So in the shading tab, for example, um, yeah, so like typically what I will do is so take that off. Take these off and have this one. And then I can, normally what I will do is, in order to build the texture files, I use 3 different types. So if I get like 3 images up here, I'll have one for the base color, I'll have an alpha, and then add vector normal map. And then there'll be a normal file as well. And then what's it going to be? It's going to be the normal file like that, and then that one there. So I've got my normal file on there. This is actually a boot that I've extracted from FIFA, so it's already done it for like heavy work for me. And then this is like some work that I've done myself. Or there's this version, for example. So yeah, that's pretty much where I'm at with it. I've made like some alterations to some of these boots by adding like bits and pieces as part of the mesh with like vertices, but the way I've been doing that is by deleting chunks of one boot until I've only got the bits I want left, and then kind of like reconnecting it to the boot that I want it to have. So for example, if the studs need changing, for example, to a different mold, then I'll like remove all the boot and then connect it that way. But I'm sure that there must be easier ways to do that. Yeah, and then my Photoshop work. Let's have a look. What I've been doing with some of these is like taking the original texture file and then just like breaking it down into layers. So you'll have like the base layer, the Nike swoosh, some of the logos, and then what you can do then is go into color overlay and then just change them to your heart's content until you're happy with it. So yeah, that's pretty much been my workaround so far. I'm sure you've got a bunch of questions, but I'm hoping that at least gives you a bit of a flavor about what I've been doing and how I've been doing it. Ideally, I mean, to give you a bit of an example, like so if I took something like this cleat, for example, is really, really popular, but it does not exist in game. So what me and a bunch of other modders have been doing so far is taking other similar shapes that already exist in game and then like adding bits and pieces to it. But it just doesn't look that great. So I'm hoping between the two of us, we can actually build something that's a lot better. So yeah, I hope that helps. I'm really looking forward to Thursday. So thank you.